Ooh, well, you didn't get me last night. You didn't get Fabio last night. You were supposed to get Aries and Fabio last night. But is it possible that you're getting the Dark Jedi and Fabio land right now? Holy crow. You actually didn't think that I wasn't going to, people that are in the chat and are watching, not address this Cad Bane and this Boba Fett. Did you really? Holy jeez, Fabio. I think we're going to have quite a lot to discuss over here, man.
I am so blown away with these pictures, with these figures. I can't wait to get into it. Exciting. I feel like it's been a while. I feel like we haven't been together in a while, but let's go.
Let's just dive into the whole damn thing, baby. And I do have coffee still right now. Welcome to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show right here at 6 Scale Cantina. And in case you don't know who I am the Dark Jedi Aries Terrington, about to serve up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk, along with this guy right here, actually, Fabio. Dude, it has been a long time. First, how you doing?
I'm good, man. What's going on? Yeah, it feels like it's been a while. It's good though because we got a lot of stuff built up to talk about. So
you think so? I know we both have quite a few thoughts from some of the messages we've been, sending back and forth, and really, I absolutely can't wait to dive into not only this Cad Bane, but this Boba Fett. Is it possible that both Aries and Fabio nailed a couple of predictions right on with both of these? And I say yes. And we're going to get into all that. But really, we're also going to get into some, I think, real peculiar predictions, analysis, things that we think are going to happen with both of these figures, what's going to happen on top of it just because of this. And then also later on in the show, is it also possible that the secondary market continues to just go insane? I have quite a lot of data to share with you. And remember, you're only going to get that here at 6 Scale Cantina and 6scalecantina.com. Wow, there's a whole lot going on over there. But man, I mean, I almost don't know where to start, but I know where I want to start, Fabio. I know where I want to start here. And the first thing is I bring it up onto the screen because I know we've got a lot to talk about. And welcome everybody in the chat. If you go to 6scalecantina.com and you don't have it bookmarked, you may want to consider doing so. It has all the latest news on Hot Toys, Star Wars, trends up, trends down, Marvel chart under construction. We're going to have the whole kit and caboodle coming up in months over here. But if you have it bookmarked, you would have known that we're going to have this show. You see it right there on the screen. Oh, baby. And you see Cad Bane and Boba Fett. But you also see that little headline, that subheading underneath, more coming. And I absolutely do think so for sure. But as you continue to scroll down, the breaking news has updated. And you can see right here, Cad Bane and Boba Fett. I used that image on top of the tease that they did on Cad Bane just a little bit ago. Holy crow. And I'm not surprised that they announced two figures simultaneously, Fabio. I want to go to Boba Fett first before we get into Cad Bane. But are you surprised, my friend, that we actually got two at one time?
I'm not surprised that we got two at one time. I'm surprised that we got Boba Fett and Cad Bane back to back. That's what's shocking to me. I didn't expect that one bit.
Yeah, and let's actually go and take a look at some of these images here because honestly, everybody, this is the first time the Dark Jedi. And I was telling Fabio backstage, I mean, obviously, I looked at that image to put it up, but I haven't had time to dissect it. Believe me, if the Dark Jedi could have went live yesterday, especially with Cad Bane and Boba Fett, you all know that I would have. But it just didn't work out that way at all. But going in over here and taking a look at what's going on, we're going to first go to the Boba Fett figure, and I'm going to give you my first impressions of it. And I'm just pulling up this onto the screen. You see Boba Fett, one release here, no regular, no deluxe, just a $275 bomb up for pre-order in July. So there's finally another. Both of these make 13 and 14 pre-orders finally for Star Wars Hot Toys in 2023. Hardly enough. But here's the interesting thing, Fabs. A lot of people, I got a lot of flack on this because I said you're going to get a 1/6 inch figure. And people messaged me saying, hey, Aries, you're right, for Boba Fett for the Book of Boba Fett. Because I knew they wanted to reuse the mold. Even though you got the one on the throne coming out. But really, the one on the throne, Fabio, is from the ending credit scenes of The Mandalorian Season 2. It isn't even labeled Book of Boba Fett.
Right.
So right on, I thought we were going to get this version, which has a little bit more of the wear and tear. Anyway, from the last couple of episodes, really the last episode of the Book of Boba Fett. So it turns out, Fabio, that the Hot Toys wizard was right. Looks like we're going to have plenty of Boba Fett's up on pre-order. As I've been saying, you see that with Luke, as I've been talking about with Darth Vader. Voila. Are you surprised by this?
By what? By having multiple Bobas? Well, I expect
having this Boba Fett from Book of Boba Fett.
Number one, like I said, I was completely shocked. I was not expecting not only, a back-to-back with Cad Bane, but looking so similar to the one from The Mandalorian on the throne. When I first saw the picture, I was like, wait, I was confused. I was like, why does this look so familiar? Like, I feel like this was already out for pre-order. Looked into it. It turns out it's very, very similar to the one on the throne, but there's a lot of differences as well.
And there are a lot of differences, and really, but the mold is the same. And we're going to start looking at the pictures here now. It'll be the first time for me. We'll get taking a look at what Fabio's talking about over here for everyone who's in the chat. And listen, if you're just coming on in here, let's go ahead and smash the like button. I see that 60 are already in here. So go ahead and smash that like button right now for the Dark Jedi. I so appreciate it. You are watching the Market Chart Show, live version of the Market Chart Show with Aries and Fabio. It is so good to be here with Fabs in the house. Come on. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I don't want to discuss the price yet because I haven't even looked at the pictures and to see everything that it comes with. But let me go ahead and pull this up onto the screen and start going over what we have here. So, yeah, Fabio, I was fully expecting that we would get a 1/6 scale Boba Fett because he's the damn star of the show. And it turns out that we are. Now, even though there's some differences, I have some thoughts as to why they did this and why they put this out. But this has more wear and tear from what I'm looking at right here, Fabio, than I'm trying to get to a bigger image. Here we go. Than the one on the throne. This is a little bit more, he's getting some mileage on it. Don't you agree?
The one on the throne has a lot more battle damaging. The armor is bumpy. It looks like it's very dented. There's a lot, it's very subtle as well. It looks cleaner than the 2-pack armor, a lot cleaner, but I still feel like it's more battle damage than this one. If I'm not mistaken, either or. I don't remember now what the other one looks like on the throne, but I know one of them has more damaging, more weathering than the other one. I just don't remember which one's which. But this one shows like it has, some. I just don't remember if the one on the throne is the one that's cleaner or is it this one?
No, the one on the throne is the cleaner one. That's where he just repainted it.
Right. So then it's this one. This one has more weathering, more scuffing on it. So yes, so this one's completely different in that way. Like I said, there's some of the accessories on the clothing are completely different as well, which is what makes it stand out and look different than the one on the throne. But beautiful figure all around.
Yeah, I mean it's Boba Fett, a little older, maybe a little chunkier, but that's Boba Fett now.
Yep.
In this day and age, and voila, Fabio, wow, we get a Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett. That's quite a lot of Boba Fetts right now, and I don't necessarily believe. I know he's going to be in the Mandalorian season 3. That they would refrain from putting out a Boba Fett from there. And you know what's interesting about this is I'm going through these pictures right now, and I do think this looks sick. I do think this looks like an awesome figure. If you're wondering if the Dark Jedi is getting Boba Fett, like OG fan, when Star Wars was just Star Wars says, must have all Boba Fetts. Yes, even though this doesn't come in a head sculpt, he doesn't count as a trooper. I've got to get this. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's just like has the magnetic backpack, has a lot of cool stuff that comes with it. I think that I think it's a beautiful figure. Just talking about the figure right now, and then I'm pulling this up on the screen to see what it comes with here, Fabio. Comes with that gaffy stick, comes with a couple of guns, comes with the flamethrower effect, comes with the backpack, comes with the missile with the backpack, comes with a couple of other flame jetpack flames. Has the set of hands, has that crappy sand base, but pretty good. I think it comes with a lot of stuff, but no head sculpt. No head sculpt from the from Tamora Morrison on this.
Well, I feel like, they gave you the head sculpt with the double pack. They gave you the head sculpt on the throne, I believe. I feel like if they constantly keep giving you head sculpts, I think it's going to get redundant. How many head sculpts do you really need? At the end of the day, Boba Fett has the helmet on all the time. Obviously, for his show, he took it off, for the show. But Boba Fett is him in his armor, period. So I think that's why we're not constantly getting head sculpts. And, like I said, getting so many Bobas already with head sculpts constantly, it gets redundant. And then don't forget, the price also goes up, So if they would have given us a head sculpt with this one, it wouldn't have been $270. It would have been way more than that. So not to give us something so expensive on top of every other Boba that they've given us so far, I think that's why they gave us just a brand new, rendition of Boba, which is obviously from the show.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's why I'm not surprised that they did this. And the interesting thing here, Fabio, from looking through this, I'm trying to just pull up some bigger images here to see if I could get that through the Facebook to blow it up. But it looks like I can here with some of these. There's Boba there. Yeah, I mean, this looks pretty incredible, to be honest with you. But it's the same exact mold that we just got with the 2-pack Boba Fett Fabs, the one that I just did my Insiders exclusive crazy unboxings with. It's the same exact mold, same exact stuff that you're going to get with the Boba Fett on the throne. And here you go. Here's the third use of it already. And for them, even if they don't make a whole lot of these, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like just throwing it onto some paint. It's almost like, yeah. We realize that maybe a whole lot of people may not buy this. They may buy the one with the throne. They have ones to choose from, but it's no sweat off our back. We're not wasting any R&D on this.
Right. No, and I was actually, it's funny you say that. I was just looking at the Boba Fett, the name of the figure is Boba Fett Repaint Armor and Throne. If you look at the armor of the throne, it's actually all dented. Compared this one, the one on the screen right now, is clean compared to the throne. It's all bumpy. It looks dented. The helmet, you can see there's actual texture all over the helmet. This one compared to that one is 100% clean. The only difference is this one has the scuffing all on it, and the repaint doesn't. It just has texture all over the armor.
Yeah,
So
it's almost like this was like a little weathered, like it's a little bit more worn in. It doesn't have the gloss, right?
Correct.
Like it looked in the last couple episodes.
Exactly. Yep. So no, but I love the figure. I love the fact that it looks like, to me, it looks like it's a combination of the 2-pack and the newer look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the Boba with the robe, combined with Throne Boba. You get this.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And welcome everybody who's in the chat. You are watching the Market Chart Show live with the Dark Jedi. We've got 80 in here. Smash the like button. Look who's down below. Fabio. That kind of rhymed. It's Aries and Fabio back. We are back in here, pulling this super chat up onto the screen as we continue to talk. And look what the OG fan, because I gave him a call out. And now with the $2 drop, Fabio, he says must have all Boba Fett's. This is a great day.
Absolutely.
Wow. And here's the interesting thing about this as we continue to go through these pictures. I think this figure is sick. There's not a chance in hell I can skip on this. But I know that people are going to skip because you could see it the way it's sorting out best-selling wise, that the Cad Bane is going to be at number 1 probably tomorrow morning, okay, as these go in. Boba Fett, this was way down.
Yeah, no, what's his name? Cad Bane is going to be number 1 for a while. I'll tell you that right now.
Yes, and he's number 3 right now. He's going to pass the black Chrome Death Trooper and the one waitlisted Chrome Trooper. He'll be at number 1. He'll be the number 1 best-selling overall. Yep. This Boba Fett, though, dude, is really low. But I think that Hot Toys knew that this was going to happen. And so while we go through and dissect this armor over here, let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit, Fabio. They're not idiots. They're not dummies. They're not like, oh, duh, we didn't think that was going to happen. They're just, here's the thing. I think that this has, for lack of a better word, Grail perhaps written on it for the future, because they are no way going to make a ton of these. It's like, yeah, we could use this mold, throw it on there. You make a few thousand, and I say that very liberally. It could be 4. It could be 9,000. Who the hell knows? But they already know. This isn't one that they're going to, put a whole lot. Put it to you this way. They'll make way more Cad Banes than this.
Oh, absolutely. I think this is just a money grab. I feel like you said earlier, they're reusing, accessories, and they're reusing things that from the prior Boba Fett's, and they just put this together. And to me, it's a no-brainer for them to make this because, again, it's just easy money. It's up to you if you're going to get the third one or not. But everybody pretty much has the double pack right now. Everybody pre-ordered the throne as well, because they're like, oh my God, it looks amazing. A lot of people were not expecting this. I knew we were going to get a Boba from the show, from the Book of Boba show, branded Book of Boba. I didn't expect it to come now. I didn't expect it to come next to Cad Bane. But this figure, like you said, it's going to be a big deal figure because it's going to be the one that a lot of people are not going to want due to the fact that there's so many on the market already. And like you said, they're not going to make as many because of that.
Yeah, I'm 100 with you, Fabio. I really think that this may be a potential grail. They're just not going to make a whole lot of them. I think it's going to go out real quick, fast, and in a hurry. You can see the way it's selling right now, but don't think anybody in the chat, at least in my opinion, that Hot Toys didn't foresee this. Oh, they'll learn, Aries. They'll learn never to do this again. No, they've already learned it before. They already know. They're putting it out because they've already got all the R&D work in, so they really could care less. They're only looking to sell a few thousand of these. And they're going to put it out. And my point is, and the reason I was predicting this all from the beginning, is there's going to be lower production numbers with a lot of figures. Not all of them, by any means, but with a good percentage of them. you're going to see stuff like this, and you will never, ever see this Boba Fett in the bargain bin. I've been talking about the bargain bin the last several weeks because everything that's supposed to be in the bargain bin is just going for buku bucks in the secondary market. They're just not going to make that many of these, Fabio, and that's what I think is going to happen with this. And this looks sick. Look at the backpack because you got some of that wear and tear. It kind of looks like it's been out in the sun and got
Faded.
yeah.
Faded. Yeah. That's exactly what it looks. No, it's a beautiful. Like, I love the colors. It's, like I said, very, very similar to the one on the throne, but completely different in its own way. The accessories that it comes with is not a lot. At the end of the day, it's not a lot, but you get the gaffy stick that, you got with the double pack, which, a lot of people will love to display him with that as Boba Fett, specifically with this outfit and this color scheme that he's got on. So this is going to be a hot sale, I'll tell you guys right now. So, I'm not telling you go buy anything, but pay attention to that figure.
Yeah, pay attention to it. I agree with Fabio. 82 in here already. Go ahead and smash that like button right now. Use the Force if you have to. And just like Luke was able to secure his lightsaber back at Hoth at the beginning of Empire Strikes Back to go ahead and take care of the snow, the abominable snowman. Go ahead and use the Force. Press the like key right now. And if you do that, that's how you tip the bartender, to be honest with you. Yeah, this figure looks sick. This figure looks sick. And we'll continue to talk about my point with where this is sitting. Oh, that's a nice view right there.
Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be, here's the interesting thing about this. I was saying since that 2-pack of Boba Fett came out that you were never going to get Boba Fett in the Tusken Raider robes, in the Tatooine robes ever again. You were only going to get it, at least for a long time, in that 2-pack, because they didn't even offer it individually. And I really don't think they're going to offer it for here. I think I really don't. And I'm not shocked we didn't get the head sculpt here. And I'm not shocked that we didn't get the Boba Fett that we saw the first few episodes of the series. Fabio, I'm not sure we're ever going to get that. I think for the short term anyway, you want Boba Fett with the robes, you got to get that 2-pack.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, for them to give you that as a single figure, they would have to really give you like a lot of stuff to make you want to buy it. Like, for example, the reason why this one specifically on the screen doesn't have a lot of stuff is because you have a Boba, you have armor, you have everything. He's fully dressed as Boba Fett, so they don't need to give you a lot. That's why they don't give you a lot. But if you have a figure with just a body, head sculpt, a robe, there better be something included with that figure. So I think it'll be the reason why it won't happen, in my opinion, is because it's very tricky to add accessories to that figure. That's why they give it to you in a double pack. I don't think you would buy a single figure with a gaffy stick and that's it. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So again, with that 2-pack, folks, and they didn't offer that Boba Fett without the armor in any other type of packaging, at least in the short term. I agree with Fabio. I don't think you're going to get it in the short term. I think that that's the only way you're going to get it. And looky here. We've got 100 in here. Let's smash the like button right now. Thank you so much again, Mr. OG fan with Star Wars was just Star Wars 4. That super chat, my friend. And it was also great to be able to call you out here. I know it's a great day for you with this Boba Fett release. So that's another important thing. I think that this is the only Boba Fett you're going to get from this series, Fabio. I do think you're going to get one from The Mandalorian. They're not going to miss an opportunity to get to do Boba Fett in there. But I don't even think you're going to get one with him in the back attack. I think this may be it from the series, the one and done.
Yeah, I same thing. I don't think we're going to get any more. I think there's no need for any more unless they come out with some crazy out of left field, like an animated version or something like that, different version of it. That I see coming. But another Boba, there's no reason. We've seen every Boba there is from the show. We've gotten every Boba, whether it's from the Mandalorian or from the Book of Boba Fett. there's really no need for any more. I don't see them making any more. And I think like they always do, they always save the best for last.
All right, so look, bro, you got two guns that look pretty damn cool. You got the rocket firing effect. You got the jetpack. You got the attachment to the jetpack. You got the flame throwing effect. You also got the grappling hook. $275 for a Boba Fett with all this. I think this is great, dude.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
So if they gave you a head sculpt with this, it would be around 305, 310.
At least, correct. Yeah. At least 310, 315, even 320.
Yeah, this is I think this is a lot of stuff, and plus the detail that they're giving you with this armor here. Dude, I'm so tired of these sand bases. It's so lazy. I understand.
It's so lazy.
Come on.
I mean, these bases I don't like because they're just, in my opinion, they're too bulky. And, you know, when collectors have a lot of stuff and these bases is what they give you, you know, these bases take up a lot of room and they limit you to a certain extent, you know, eventually. So that's why I don't really like these bases, you know, just in general, not only the sand bases, just the bulky bases. But, you know, it is what it is. What are you going to do?
Yeah, it is what it is. I wish they would at least remove the footprint. Hey, it gives us a reason to
the footprint.
I think
oh, man.
I think Desi from Metamorphic Customs, and I don't know if he's watching or maybe he'll watch. I'm kind of glad for him. So that's always the good part when they give you these sand bases. It's a great reason to get a base topper from Desi at Metamorphic Customs. Many of you know that I've got a beautiful display from him for my DX16 Darth Maul.
Me too.
And, and you got that as well, did you, buddy?
Beautiful, beautiful. I didn't get a topper, though. I got a full base.
Uh-huh.
That thing is beautiful. I posted it when I got it. Very happy with it. If you guys looking for stuff like that, Desi is the way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Both Fabio and I have great experiences there with Desi, so huge shout out to him. And Uncommon Flex gives us the super chat. And $5 drop. Thank you so much, Uncommon Flex. It says, this is a beautiful figure. Definitely getting Cad Bane. Oh, we're definitely getting into that one. Right now, covering the Boba Fett first. You know, I was kind of hinting, Fabio. Let's talk about this too as we're talking about this Boba Fett. I mean, that looks sick on the screen. There's just a must-have for me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Uncommon Flex is saying this is a beautiful figure. I agree.
I love the look of the gaffy stick hanging on his back. I love the way that looks. I think that looks really nice.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like a Return of the Jedi Boba Fett or Empire Strikes Back.
At all. Not even a little bit.
Yeah. You can't pass this off as the animated Boba Fett, which is going through the roof, or the vintage color one.
I hate it. The only one I miss is worth like $1 billion right now. Unbelievable.
But you know, here's the, I kind of suggested, I kind of hinted at this. You called that they were going to do some multiple releases, and they did. And I actually called that they were going to eventually do some multiple announcements because they have to fill up 2023 pre-orders.
Yep.
So let's talk about that, putting these both out simultaneously. And even when they did that, Fabio, it's still just 14 compared to 35 for Marvel. It's still just 14.
And it feels like we're getting bombarded like every other week. It's still like not even close to Marvel. Yep.
Wow. But I don't know how you could go through Uncommon Flex. I agree, a beautiful figure. How you could go through creating a line for the Book of Boba Fett. You know, they teased the heavy infantry Mandalorian, the Paz Vizsla, that's going to be coming out. We already got the Fennec Shand. We got the KX Enforcer droid coming. They've already teased Cobb Vanth. Dude, I don't even know how you do this. Obviously, you're getting Cad Bane. You got to have Boba Fett for the Book of Boba Fett series. I mean, that's why I thought it was coming. You got to have him.
You have to. It's you know, and the fact that, again, it's from the Book of Boba. You know what I mean? This is from his show. It's not the Mandalorian anymore. So it's a big deal. You know what I mean? This is the first figure from the line, the first Boba from the line, from the show. So it's that's the one. If you were going to get anything, you know, specifically because it belongs to the show, this is it.
Yeah, and with G's just getting released, and usually it takes about 72 hours, 3 or 4 days to hit. But look at Cad Bane already almost #1. It will be #1 probably tonight or tomorrow for sure. That's not a question there. That will go all the way up. Look at Anakin Hot. We got a lot to discuss here, but I could tell you right now, Boba Fett probably won't even be close to here. And that's what I wanted to bring up to the screen. Let's see. All right, it's getting up there. It's finally getting up there. It just passed the Mando. But I'm not necessarily, and it's higher than I actually thought it would be now. Look at Boba Fett right here, 275 Fabs, right above the 2 Mandos, which continue to sell, right below Ahsoka. Probably give it a little bit as this absorbs in. You do have the choice to pick out this Boba Fett, which I just did the unboxing of, which is the only way you're going to get this Boba Fett in the robes. We're going to talk about that in a minute. You get Boba Fett by himself. Where's Boba in the throne? Way down over here somewhere. There's Boba in the throne, and then Boba by himself. That's a lot of Boba Fetts to choose from. But I think that they know, even before they put this out, Fabio, they knew where the throne was sitting. But that was actually #1 for a month, so they really don't care. They already sold it. They already know what they're going to sell. They already know where this one is sitting. So they didn't go into this blind. They're just reusing the mold. And I'm showing this to tell people they already know. And they're probably just not going to make a whole lot of this one, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. Again, because it's so many, it's so many Bobas already. And speaking specifically about this one right here, the one that's really low, I think what's happening is because there's so many pre-orders already for Bobas, I think what people are going to do is wait. Some people are going to order one and hold off until it's released to get a second one, if that, or they're going to just wait until the actual item is out, shipping, to decide if they want to buy it or not. So I don't know if it's going to get to #1 or #2 anytime soon. But if it does, then that means people are buying.
Yeah, we got 93 in here, 94 in here. Go ahead and smash the like button. You are watching the Market Chart Show with your Dark Jedi Aries Terrington and with his good friend Fabio from FabsFigures right there. It is Aries and Fabio on the Market Chart Show live. We wanted to do this last night. We couldn't make it happen, but we are here today. And boy, oh boy, what a joyful time it is to be a Star Wars fan. Thank you so much on Cobb and Flex for that $5 drop. So appreciate that. But I wanted to bring this up as we finish talking about this Boba Fett and moving into Cad Bane. It did move up quite a bit. But it's still it's nowhere near going to be the demand of Cad Bane. And I think that there's a lot of Bobas to choose from. And I do think that we have to keep an eye on that, because at the end of the day, Fabio, look, and you've talked about it and I've just talked about it, but let's just say it. This is freaking Boba Fett. And at the end, it's like that Boba Fett 2-pack. Oh, he's in the robes. That's not really Boba Fett. It's kind of like that dark side Anakin, right? You start thinking about that dark side Anakin, and you're like, oh, that's the same thing as the Revenge of the Sith Anakin, and it's just the gold eyes. Why am I paying that money? And then you're like, oh, crap. That's actually Darth Vader. I don't have that Darth Vader figure. I need to get that Darth Vader figure. You may be looking at a similar scenario with this one.
Yeah, well, the one with the robe is very, I mean, again, to me, it's very meaningful to me, because I feel like that is, in a way, not exactly, but in a way, it's like the rebirth of Boba, so I feel like that's why that figure with the robe is very, very special and meaningful. And I feel like that's why a lot of people were really into it and got it. But for them to make another one, very, very difficult.
And just pulling this up real quickly, this is what you're talking about chunkier. So this is the same exact mold, except it hasn't been sun faded yet.
Right.
And hasn't been like sanded down or kind of worked through. I hear what you're saying. So it's this one is cleaner, but yet rougher.
Correct.
It's like it's just completely different. So
exactly. And if you notice the one that you were just on before, the new release, the new pre-order, there's a lot of white scuffing on the armor that isn't on this one.
Right, and I'm gonna go back to. It almost looks like this one's like primed. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like a car that's primed.
Exactly. That's exactly. And look at the helmet. Look at the texture in the helmet that you don't get in the new pre-order.
Yeah, it almost looks like the crater of the moon. So let me.
No, literally, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of that. And so let me go back to this image here of what we're looking at. Yeah, look at the difference. Look at the difference in here. It's like it's smooth. It's like it's been sanded down. Um, absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy for sure with this. 100 in here now. Go ahead and smash the like button. You are watching the Market Chart Show with Aries and Fabio talking about this amazing Boba Fett. Yeah, at the end of the day, it'll be Boba Fett. So let me ask you this. Everyone wants us to get into Cad Bane. How much as we get closer to Cad Bane being released, Fabio, will that make this figure be in more demand? Do you think? Because they did pictures with both of these together, like you're supposed to buy them together.
Exactly. But the thing is exactly what I said before. I mean, because of the fact there's so many Bobas already, I don't know how eager people are to just all of a sudden, oh, I need this one too. I definitely ordered this immediately, but I know a lot of people had already ordered the double pack and the throne, and they're like, wait a minute, and like I said, this looks very similar to the throne one. So I feel like people are going to say, you know what? I got the throne. I don't really need this. The throne has the head sculpt. I don't really need this without a head sculpt. So that's where it gets tricky with this figure. Now, bringing Cad Bane into the conversation changes everything, because now you want to have Cad Bane next to Boba. Now, if you order the throne, are you going to take Boba off the throne to put him next to Cad Bane, or are you just going to put Cad Bane next to the throne and throw off the whole look? So it gets tricky with all that. But Cad Bane is 100% going to affect the sales of this figure.
Yeah, and I think that they're trying to push it with that for sure. They're trying to push the Boba Fett with the Cad Bane. 106 in here. Smash the like button. But listen, I really feel like there's going to be one figure that's going to go even better than Boba Fett with Cad Bane. It's Cobb Vanth. And we're going to talk about that, Fabio, a little bit later in the show. Because to me, that's going to be the figure that really, really goes with Cad Bane. I mean, for goodness sake, Filoni, Dave Filoni went ahead and named an episode, chapter 6, I believe, after, Cad Bane and that encounter with him and Cobb Vanth, which was, in my opinion, even more epic than Cad Bane and Boba Fett together there. So that, I think, is going to be the big one. But I agree with you. I think that Boba Fett also by default is going to do really, really well with this. Looks like we got some bots who just love the Dark Jedi, love the coffee here. All my admins in there. Let's see if we can go ahead and.
I got him already.
You got him already. Listen, bro. Holy crap! So we got two at one time. Boba Fett. We actually did get a 6-scale Boba Fett, and we got Cad Bane, and I know that is one of the big enchiladas. Not that he's bigger than Boba Fett. It's just that we have some Boba Fetts already. We've never had a Cad Bane. They did some interesting things that we have been predicting they were going to start doing, that they did in the Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones collection. And we're going to get into that. But man, holy crap, dude. Every time when people reach out to me, they're like, Aries, I'm losing hope. Aries, they're not going to come out with Cad Bane. The series is over. Aries, give me hope. Hot Toys Wizard gives you hope. They put it out, baby. And they put out Boba Fett at the same time. Dude, look at this. Look at this. This is the first time I'm seeing these images. Like, really looking at it. And holy crap, you could remove the faceplates on these, and that's how you get it?
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I thought how they were going to give us the different, and this is one thing about Hot Toys that people really don't notice and they sleep on. Hot Toys could have easily, and this is how I would have done it, saved a lot of time, saved a lot of money. Do you notice the bump on his mouth right here? on top of his nose, the bridge of his nose.
Yeah.
I thought that Hot Toys would make it easier on themselves and just give us that plate as an exchangeable faceplate like they usually do with, the other figures. They just give you the bottom half of the figure. The fact that they give you an entire, because they don't really have to change the eyes. If you look at the eyes, when the mouth is open, the eyes squint, which is obviously what's supposed to happen when you do that. Me, if I was a company and I was trying to save money and make as much profit, I would have just left the eyes as the middle picture and given you mouth plates. It would have worked, no problem. But Hot Toys has to outdo themselves and take it to a different level and give you the entire faceplate to match the expression of the mouth. Amazing.
Let me tell you something, brother. That is a great point. And I feel like that they've been doing that quite a bit lately, that they're really going the extra mile, not just to make money. I mean, let's just be frank. Everybody that's in business looking to make money. We get it.
Of course.
But they're really looking to make everybody happy. I mean, there's a sense of pride for them. And not only that, and to make their customers happy. Holy crap, looking at this. You're right. You get the whole damn thing to match to match the expression.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez Louise.
Yep. Because like I said, you could have easily given a mouth plate, exchangeable mouth plate, and it would have worked out perfectly fine. Because I don't think anybody would have noticed that if you change the mouth plate to an open mouth plate, that the eyes are supposed to squint. Nobody would have ever noticed that, So the fact that they went out of their way to give us the entire faceplate is amazing.
The figure looks amazing from those 3 shots, and you're getting the Dark Jedi's first reaction. So listen, I can't wait to see the rest of it, the other angles of this, other parts of the figure. If you're wondering if I'm getting this one, 1,000%. The Dark Jedi is getting this one. The Dark Jedi is getting the Boba Fett. The Dark Jedi is going to buy both of these. Fabio, how many copies of each one of these are you going to get?
Pre-ordered 1, definitely getting 2.
And with Boba as well?
Boba, no. Boba just 1 because I got 4 double packs. I believe I got 2 thrones, and I just got 1 of these so far. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm getting many of the last one.
Well, looky here. Everybody who's watching the Market Chart Show live, don't forget to smash that like button right now. I called this when I saw the Attack of the Clones first wave of thrills. And I was
said, I'm going to tell you exactly what you said. You said they're going to add accessories saying as seen on blah, blah, blah. I remember that conversation. It was on your show. And look, it's happening.
Exactly. And thanks, Fab. That's exactly what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, now all of a sudden, you get this droid that wasn't in the Book of Boba Fett. This is a Clone Wars animated series accessory.
Yep.
And how many people now that maybe we're not going to get this Cad Bane because it was the Book of Boba Fett are going to get it because of all the Clone Wars figures like the 501sts and Captain Rex and that Ahsoka Tano from the Clone Wars and the Clone Wars Anakin and the Coruscant Guard and the Clone Wars Maul. Now, all of a sudden, Fabio, if you're a Clone Wars animated series diehard, this is a must-have.
That's why I need 2. One for the Clone Wars and one for Book of Boba. Absolutely.
So when you're thinking from now on, and here's a point I wanted to make as we both agree on this. The reason why I think it's a savvy business move to start doing it, and I actually was calling that way before we've seen it in the Attack of the Clones packaging, because when people were saying, hey, they've got to focus on what's TV, or they've got to focus on this, now they give themselves an opportunity where they're like, hey, we could put out this OT figure. We could put out this legacy character and say, and also seen in the Andor series, or as also seen in the Ahsoka series, or they could go the other way around, put out a character from the Ahsoka series and say, as also seen in Rebels, as also seen in Revenge of the Sith. So now all of a sudden, it's a great marketing tool, isn't it? I mean, to be able to buy everybody in.
Well, very smart in their part, because like you said, not only are you limited to Book of Boba, but now if you didn't, for example, you like Cad Bane, but you didn't like the show. Oh, Cad Bane's cool, but now you have the option. Well, you don't have to worry about, having a Book of Boba Cad Bane because now you have Toto and you could use him as a Clone Wars figure. Amazing.
Look at what Single Songwriter puts in over here. And this is a great point that I think a lot of people forget, which is why, they thought, Aries, you're crazy. Cad Bane is definitely dead. No, he's not. Darth Maul got split in half, fell down a shaft. He's not dead. Everyone who Boba Fett says, left for dead on the sands of Tatooine. Rest assured, as soon as he says that, they're alive. They're alive for sure. He brings up a great point here. He actually says, note, that beeping sound we hear when Cad Bane is laying there looking dead in Book of Boba was a signal being sent out to his droid Toto. He puts in parentheses here, Fabio, to be continued. I don't necessarily think that this character's gone. I think that he was way too big of a hit in this. And I think, we may see him again, honestly. Just like we're going to see Cobb.
No, that makes sense. I don't let that, I feel like that makes a lot of sense, what he just said. And like you said, he's definitely not dead. I don't think he's dead. So.
No, not at all. Good point there, Single Songwriter. Let's continue to take a look at this here. So I want to get to some of the meat of the figure. Dang. I mean, look, Fabio, this droid Toto is not in the Book of Boba Fett, but they put in that background. But like Single Songwriter said here, to be continued. There's a lot of stuff that comes with this figure, including a droid, dude.
Yep, they give
man.
They're not half-assing anything. They're not being cheap about anything. They're going all out. Like I said, they could have easily just given us, face plates and saved themselves a lot of time, a lot of money on making full face plates. And look, they went all out. So I'm very happy with this figure.
All right, dude. What do you think of this right here? Look at the gauntlets. Look at the hands.
No,
look at that hat. Look at that hat. The hat comes off.
They nailed this 1,000%.
Oh my God. What do you think the hat is made out of? Is that going to be like, it looks like suede, but it's kind of like.
It's probably some weird material, but it 100% looks like suede. Yep.
Wow. Look at how tall he is too, compared to Boba Fett. This is a big figure, dude.
It's a tall figure. Yeah.
34 centimeters. Wow.
Yep. You have Boba looking like a Tonka truck, and then you have him looking like a stick.
Dude, this figure is freaking insane. Wow.
Yeah, look at that. So sick.
And it goes well with that Boba Fett, but how freaking sick. How many people, if they come out, when they come out with Cobb Vanth, this takes the Cobb Vanth figure through the roof. I really think Cobb Vanth is going to go number one. Yes,
absolutely. If Cobb Vanth comes out right now, forget it. It's over.
Yeah, it's over. I mean, you've got to have. I mean, for me, I would maybe sometimes display it with Boba Fett, but I would display this in that old Western type of stare off, stare down duel between Cad Bane and Cobb Vanth. Are you kidding me? I mean, just look at this figure, dude. Man.
Yep.
That is sharp as heck. Look at that.
And this is one of the figures that, a lot of people are going to get multiples of just because they have to. There's no way that you're going to be satisfied with just one.
Well, no. And now like we've been talking about, you have the Clone Wars accessory, the Toto droid.
Yep.
And the fact that when they go ahead and they make Hot Toys makes Clone Wars figures, they use the real life live action likeness anyway. So right here's your Cad Bane from the Clone Wars. Because that's what they would give you anyway. So that is sick. All right, let's talk about this, dude. Yep. You get this is the deluxe version.
Yep.
You get Toto. You get this rocket launching effect, I guess, right? Is that what it is there? You get the rockets.
The jet boosters, yep.
You get that little stand for the droid, that little plastic thing. I don't know what I really think about that. It's okay.
Well, they had to give you something for him to stand on. You know what I mean? Like these little things don't stand on their own, so they had to give you something. I forget what other figure came with a little stand like that. Had to be a Marvel figure for something. Came with a little stand like that.
Yeah, another reason to give Desi some business. Metamorphic Customs. Big shout out to him. So there you go, everybody. But that's fine. Keep giving us these sand bases and these things. But man, all right. So you get 3 pairs of hands. I guess 4 because what's already on him. But the 3 extra pairs of hands. You get the flame throwing effect. You get 2 pistols. You get the 3 face interchangeable sculpts. Dude, you get a whole, and the detail on this figure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's look at the pants, the belt, the holsters. You're talking about the effects where you can put the rocket launching effects on his boots or around his lower part of his shins, his instep. The jacket. We talked about the hat. Dude, this is like nice as F. Dude,
no, it's beautiful. Beautiful figure. The accessories, the colors that they use for everything, I feel like it's spot on there. I have no complaints about this figure whatsoever. It's to me, it's nothing wrong with it.
All right, so what are people going to get more of, the deluxe version or the non-deluxe version? How many people you think are going to care about this droid? You know, a lot of people like when the Luke for the Mandalorian came out, it's like, nah, I'm going to skip on that Dark Trooper, crushed. I'm just going to get the Luke. I'm not too sure on this one, though. It's interesting how people are going to go with it. I say get the deluxe personally, especially because you get the whole Clone Wars effect.
Yeah, I've always said, why would you not want to get the deluxe if it's the same price as the regular one? And you get more stuff. I feel like, the only option you have is once they're sold out, then you get the regular one. But if the deluxe is available, why not?
Yeah, hold my balls is in the house. It says Cad Bane is for sure still alive. Chewie's Bandolier says Cad Bane is definitely not dead.
What are the chances of Cad Bane appearing in the Mandalorian season 3?
Of him coming in the Mandalorian season 3?
Yeah, like him making an appearance, showing that he's alive still.
I think it's very, very high because I think you're going to get that whole clan back together in the Mandalorian season 3. I mean, heck, the Book of Boba Fett turned out to be the Mandalorian season 2.5. And then basically at the end of it, Fabio, they're like, oh, I don't even know if I'm cut out for this. And you got Cobb Vanth in there that he's kind of getting resurrected in the back of the tank. You know that the Mandalorian's going to get, Din Djarin's going to get with Luke. He's going to have to do some things on Mandalore. He's going to have to get a crew together. He already had the crew in Mandalorian season 2. He had the crew here in Book of Boba Fett. Is it even possible that he doesn't get this crew together here? He's going to get them together.
Yeah,
so I think
And don't forget also all the Mandalorians are hidden. You know what I mean? They're all, laying low. And so I feel like at some point they're all going to come out.
And look at this, Lane's in the house, and he says, Fabio, he's definitely not Mace Pancake. But listen, Lane, listen. What else does Hot Toys have to do to prove to you that Mace Windu is coming? He is 1,000% coming. He put him in there. He may not be Mace Pancake, but for sure, Cad Bane is not gone. Let's go to the price points on these figures. This figure looks sick. So let's go ahead and take a look at what they're charging with this. Okay, so Fabio, both of you and I agree that $275 for the Boba Fett with everything that you get and the fact that it's Boba Fett, all that detail, even though it's a reissue of a mold, pretty good price, right?
Absolutely.
Let's talk about this. Let's go with the deluxe version first. $290 for all that stuff we just looked at, including the Todo droid, which is really cool.
You're paying $20 extra for a droid, jetpacks, what do you call it? Jet flames. You're getting 3 face plates for $20 extra. No brainer.
No brainer whatsoever. $290 collector's edition. $270. I mean, really, they're not even. I don't even think that they're making a whole lot on that deluxe version. $270. I think you get the faceplates for whatever
Oh,
version, right? Or am I wrong?
I thought they were the same price. I didn't know that the deluxes were more expensive. Oh wow, but only
Yeah.
$20 still. It's worth it. You get the droid and the jet things for $20. That's not bad at all.
No. And I mean, really, they could have. I mean, with Cad Bane, I don't even know if people would have bitched if this was $310.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think the fact that number one, don't forget also the figure is very tall, so that's a brand new body that they're using for this figure. I could guarantee you specifically for this figure. So, this price for me, no problem.
I think you might be right. Let us know in the chat. I didn't realize this, but it's saying here, God, this figure looks so sick. 3 styles of interchangeable faces, deluxe version. Does that mean that the 3 faceplates don't come with the regular?
No, they do. They do, but it's saying deluxe because the whole figure is
Okay.
Yeah, so you get the 3 plates with just the regular and the deluxe, and then the only things you get with the deluxe that are different are the Toto and the other 2 things.
All right, so you get the droid, you get the droid's flame effects, and you get the flame effects for his boots for $10. Right. Yeah, I mean, for $20.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
not bad.
I would. Yeah, and I think Songwriter's right. I think you may, if he comes back, which I think he will, he's probably going to have this freaking droid with him.
That would make sense.
Yeah, and so people be like, "Oh darn, why didn't I get that?" $290 for Cad Bane. Let us know in the chat what you think of that price. Let Fabio and I know. Are you getting this figure? Are you not getting this figure? If you are getting this figure, are you getting the collector edition here for $270? Or are you getting the deluxe version for $290? Let us know in the chat. How many of you are also getting the Boba Fett to go along with it? How many of you are passing on that Boba Fett? And also let us know how many of you are going to go with that Cobb Vanth, which honestly, I think it's going to go just as good, if not better. Because I think that was the ultimate scene, probably in the whole series, was having Cad Bane stare off with Cobb Vanth was freaking epic. Those two have got to meet again, Fabio. They really
I think now with this release, this announcement, and I feel like now Cobb Vanth is coming even faster. You know what I mean? Now it's just a matter of time. Like we knew he was coming, but now because of this, he just belongs that much more with him. So I feel like this is their opportunity to release him now.
120 in here. You are watching the Market Show live. Let's go ahead and smash that like button with 120 in here. The Dark Jedi here appreciates your support. Let me know what table you're sitting at. I don't think I've filled any of you up yet because I'm kind of
excited. You're so excited.
I want to see Cad Bane. I really hold myself off from looking at this stuff. So
everybody's like, we're thirsty. And you're like, I don't care. Let's talk about Cad Bane.
Sorry, you're thirsty. I've been filling myself up over here. And you and I were even talking backstage, and you were like, "Did you look at these areas?" And I'm like, "You're telling me about these 3 faceplates," and I'm like, "I don't even know what the frick you're talking about, Fabio, because I didn't see it yet, really."
No, it's true. It's true. Yeah. Oh man.
Let's take a look at some of the things in the chat here. Single Songwriter says Cad Bane Deluxe is a yes. Matching Boba is a yes. So he is going ahead and getting both. The Empire Strikes Again. Good to have him in here. Day 1 pre-ordered both. Mongol is getting multiples of both Cad and Boba. And Doc Smizzle's in the house. What's up, Doc? Love that avatar, my friend. That price is a steal. I used a coupon and it was even more of a steal. Deluxe or bust, baby. I kind of agree with him. I like the deluxe is better. Jack Jones says I paid for pre-order Cad Bane for $305. Lane Kramer says here, Fabio, I think this is a perfect for a regular release and deluxe version. If you're just a fan of the Book of Boba, you get the regular of him, save $20, is what he's saying. If you're a greater lore fan, you go for the deluxe. No, I agree with that, but I think it's a good point, Fabio, what Single Songwriter said about when he supposedly died, that there was a beeping noise. We probably haven't seen the last of him, and this droid probably comes into play not only in the Clone Wars, but in live action.
That would be. Can you imagine? Oh my god.
Yeah. And OG fan says deluxe all day long. And for only an extra $20, it's a no-brainer for me. Yeah, no, for $20, I'll take the droid. That way, it's like, the more droids I can have in the collection, it's crazy. Eric Hankey says, yes, we will see him in season 3, so he agrees. It was too big of a character, Fabio. When they do stuff like this and they see that something works, that was whole George Lucas's problem with Darth Maul and the Phantom Menace, is he killed him off and everybody bitched and moaned, and he's like, oh, frack. I gotta find a way to bring this guy back in.
And that's the thing. It's not only that he's such a big character, Cad Bane. I think it's his popularity. You know what I mean? I think people like him so much. People like his look so much. People like the fact that he's a badass. I love his voice. I love his the way he looks. I love everything about him. So he brings that to the table. Not just, his storyline is cool. No, like the character himself is a badass character. So that's what makes him, stand out.
Hey, Fabio, I may have to serve up the first person who's asked. Jack Jones says, I pre-ordered Cad Bane. This is my first ever pre-order from Hot Toys Aries. I am here at table 66.
Well, that's
over
a celebration.
Here.
First Hot Toy. That's a celebration.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. But listen, he's sitting at the most dangerous table. That's a lot of courage. Who's there with you, my man? Here we go. How can it even be a 6-scale Cantina show without me doing some of these in here? Look who's in here. It's the P-Rockzilla is in the house. Fabio, I love your voice, but it doesn't make you a bad butt character. Whatever that is going on over there, P-Rock.
He's you know what it is? Right now, he's having rice and beans at home, so he's bored, so that's his problem right now. So he's picking on me. I'll take it. Thank you, P-Rock, for your support, my friend.
Good to have P-Rock in here. 113 watching. Go ahead and smash that like button. You are watching the Market Chart Show live. Let's go ahead and bring this epic episode to 100 likes. Let's do it right now. Let's get it already there. That way we can march to 200 likes and continue on with this. The Dark Jedi appreciates your support. And P-Rock in the house saying LOL. Mark Attack says, Aries a bit late to the party. How's it going, Fabio and Aries? Absolutely. How's it going with you? P-Rock says, love you guys. What's up, collectors in the chat? Love you too here, P-Rock, and everybody who's in here. This is crazy, dude. This is crazy. And if you notice, Fabio, they didn't have to put out, they obviously had this fairly much ready. They certainly had this ready, since they have this ready, Fabio, to at the very least have showed a prototype like they have of Cobb Vanth. They could have showed this a celebration last month.
Right.
They could have teased this. They could have showed this on May 4th. They could have showed this instead of the Bespin Luke on April 13th. And a lot of people were giving up hope going the opposite way around, where we were complaining like, hey, we're not getting enough original trilogy. We're not getting enough prequels. We're not getting enough legacy characters, too much of the new stuff. So they went ahead and stopped all that. And boom, 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 boom. And by the way, let's go ahead and tease the Bad Batch. And let's go ahead and tease this and tease that. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't matter how long that this series was over. Not only one, but two figures right off the bat.
Yeah, no, and I feel like, with this figure specifically, the popularity of it is what makes it so important for the release. I feel like they didn't do that during Celebration because they already gave us so much that I feel like, they had to save some for another time, because they could have given us so much more stuff, so much more of the stuff that's still coming up that we haven't even seen. But they didn't for that reason. They did it to hold off because they know that there's so much more coming that if they would have given us everything, they would have been like, what do we show them after? So they had to hold off to give us, surprise us later on with this.
So what do you think about the release dates that they're coming out with over here? Again, these fill up the 2022, 2023 pre-orders. It jumps from 12 214. Obviously, when I do that here at 6scalecantina.com, we're going to go over it a little bit. I don't separate deluxe, non-deluxe. It's one or the other, so to put it together. We also don't count anything quarter scale. But this effectively, Cad Bane makes it 13. Boba Fett makes it 14. Very interesting, and I kind of like what they're doing here, Fabio, to be honest with you, from a marketing perspective. They're being way more liberal on their timelines. July 2023 to December 2023. That's like saying it may snow or rain tonight. It's going to be one or the other.
Right.
What a forecast. But you know what? That does kind of temper expectations, doesn't it? Because now you're going to be like, okay, this is going to release the second half of 2023. Got to be prepared for it. Really makes you be able to kind of like, hey, what are the ones I really want? And I got to be ready for it. Kind of choosing. But I feel like this is probably better for them, because I feel like it's been difficult for them to commit to between a 2 or 3 month span or a 1 month span.
Correct. That 5 months that they're giving us now is enough leeway for them to, not have to delay a figure, like officially delay a figure. So as long as they give themselves enough room, like they just did, you said between obviously 2 to 3 months hasn't been working out for them. They're doing 5 now to hopefully that works for them in the sense of, like I said, they're not going to have to officially, delay figures with this bigger gap. Hopefully that's the case. We have to wait and see.
Yeah, and look what Jack Jones says here. He says, Aries, someone brought up this. Cad Bane goes well with Hunter from the Bad Batch. Well, absolutely. I mean, if you look at a lot of these things, that's been my whole pitch to you guys and girls. That's been my whole pitch to all of you in here. Let me know what table you're at. I'll start serving you up. We already filled up table 66. Who else sits at table 66? Maybe you're at table 3 with Grievous. Maybe you're at table 2 with Thor or the Mando. Maybe you're at 5 at 88 with Grogu. That was my whole thing with Bail Organa, Fabio, because the character goes with so many figures. Forget about Leia, obviously, because it's her dad.
Right.
But it goes with how many figures and how many shows. It comes to a point where it's like, I'm going to put this damn thing out because people will buy it, because one way or another, it'll go in something in my display.
Exactly.
And the same thing with Cad Bane here. I mean, Cad Bane transcends. And the fact that they gave you this droid for the deluxe version, for those that want that goes with the Clone Wars animated series, this is a huge win for them.
Yep. And like I said earlier, people are going to pre-order this, right away. And when it's released, I guarantee you they're going to get another one at least. So a lot of people are going to get multiples of these. I'm going to get 2 because I feel like, again, it would be like getting 3 head sculpts, and with one figure, you're getting 3 faceplates. So obviously I wouldn't display it with the closed mouth. I would display both with the mouth open, which I like better. So that's why I can't, you just get one and waste the other 2 faceplates. So that's why me personally am getting 2. But I guarantee you there's a lot of people getting multiples as well, because it would be, again, a disservice and a waste of this figure to not use it up.
Fabio, look at that. We got 120 in here. Let's go ahead, all you 120. Let's smash the like button right now. Let's go ahead and get this to 100 likes right now. And then we'll go ahead and march towards 150 to 200 likes. Thank you all so very, very much for your support. I think we have to keep talking about this price, though. $275 for the Boba Fett, $290 for the Cad Bane, or $270 if you don't want the robot. So they're giving you an option not to buy it. So if you think about Cad Bane here, Fabio, even without the robot, $5 less. $5 less, and you still get 3 faceplates than the Boba Fett. I feel like Hot Toys, while they're in the business of making money and making profits, they're spending more of their energy in securing their collecting base, bringing fans in to this hobby so that they could afford it, and are kind of building up. Prices are going to go up. Prices are going up. But I really feel like we got to praise them for this. You're mentioning this up because as much as we knock them, as much as we say Hot Toys, as much as we look at this and look at that, It's going to be hard. I mean, they're just doing an amazing job. I just want to give them a shout out for this because I think they could have charged more.
Absolutely. And one thing, that people may, come up with thinking that the reason why Hot Toys is suddenly, going all out is because all of a sudden, they're scared of In-Art and Queen Studios, and they're scared of competition, so they're giving up. I don't think that's the case. I think Hot Toys is evolving like any other company does after a certain time. If the competition was what made them start evolving faster, then fine. But I don't think it's out of fear. I don't think it's out of, oh my God, this company's here, so we have to give them, the world for $270. I don't think that's the case at all. I think what Hot Toys is doing is actually, we know their potential. We know what they're capable of. And I think what they're doing is using up their potential a little bit more than they were. And I feel like it's because they're able to, with their factories. I don't know if they're getting, opening up more factories to be able to handle more work. But this is great all around. Whether it's because of competition or not, this is Hot Toys. Hot Toys will always give you the best of the best. And this is what we're getting.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And it's so darn hard. One of the hardest licenses to get for any manufacturer is a Star Wars license to produce the coveted toy line, or really anything for Star Wars. But the foundation of their toy line, which I've talked so much about the past month on a variety of my shows. Man, I mean, dude, yeah, I think they're doing a really, really good job. And not only that, they're actually giving us what we want, which is crazy. I want to talk about this cape. That looks pretty darn cool. I mean, look at that, dude. I mean, it has the lining on the inside. Just looking at the back side over there, you see the gut of the holster. Look at the fingers coming through the gloves. This is a hot ass figure, dude.
Yeah, no, that's Hot Toys doing what Hot Toys does. That's all that is.
Because they don't even need to do these type of details, but it's not like that they're, sneaking one under the rug, people.
Right.
Like, oh, let's not put that lining in there. Yeah. Everyone's, Fabio Aries think about, they're giving us a cheap price. They don't look like that they're skimping anywhere.
And that's exactly what I said before. You're 100% right, because, like I said, specifically with the faceplates, they could have easily cheapened out and given us, even if they didn't want to do the what do you call it, the faceplates, right? For example, let's just say they just wanted to give us a single open mouth face, or an angry face. They could have just given us that one head sculpt with the one facial expression, and guess what? Everybody would have ate it right up and said, oh my God, Cad Bane is out. They would have never even talked about the mouth. They would have never talked about the face. They would have just said, oh my God, Cad Bane is out. The fact that they're giving us so much is what makes it so good.
Yeah, a couple things here that could have came with. P-Rock says toothpick would have been nice. I do agree with that. And Maximum Rex says, only sad it didn't come with the Clone Wars hat. But I tell you what, Fabio, that doesn't mean we won't get a Clone Wars version of this down the line.
That's where I was going. Again, don't forget that Hot Toys has been doing this. They're using the figures with different brandings. So don't sleep on that. Also, don't go crazy. But Eric just said it. There's a possibility that's coming as well. Labeled Clone Wars.
And here's the interesting thing. I thank you both, for those comments. A lot of people were not really anticipating that we would get a Boba Fett from the Boba Fett because of all the Boba Fetts. And again, if they could reuse a mold, they don't have to produce a whole lot and to be able to generate profit. They just got to get mileage on that mold, which is really why I think you got another Boba Fett, from this. Plus, it's Boba Fett. And at the end of the day, like you were saying, Fabio, even when it comes down to it, no matter how the best-selling wise looks now, where it goes, it's going to sell when it comes out. It's Boba Fett. It's going to go out. They know they're going to sell a certain amount of thousand of them. It will go out. And that's the same thing with Cad Bane. It's not like get your chance now because this figure is going to be the #1 selling figure for weeks. and we just don't want to make money, so we're just not going to put it out again for 5 years. It's going to come out.
Correct.
They're going to he's going to be back in something, in a couple of things probably. You get another version. That's what's happening.
Mm-hmm. And we've seen the multiple versions that Hot Toys has given us of different figures. So this is 100%, a possibility, like I said, and don't sleep on that as well, because it's most likely coming.
No, and listen, we have got, 115 in here. Let's go ahead and smash that like button. You are watching the Market Chart Show live with Aries and Fabio. And right now, we're going to go ahead and continue to talk about Cad Bane. Holy crap, dude. A buy for me, buy for Fabio. We're going to continue to talk about Boba Fett. Another holy crap. Buy for me, buy for Fabio. Really holy crap on the Cad Bane. And I think the Cad Bane opens the door to alien creatures now. We've been talking about that for a while.
Yep.
And so let's go ahead and flash up on the screen 6scalecantina.com. If you don't have 6scalecantina.com bookmarked, you may want to consider doing so. Check this out, baby. Here it is, the show we're talking about. It says, oh, baby, more coming? And then you see on the side over there, you see Mace Pancake, especially for Lane. That's why I put that on there. Krssantan, Black Krssantan's on here from the Book of Boba Fett. Really, Aries? Even though this series is over, we're going to get that. Look, Fabio and I have talked about these. Yep. Remember, I also talked about Electro. I talked about, Green Goblin. I talked about Doc Ock. I talked about Tobey Maguire. I talked about Andrew Garfield. You could mark it down where they're going to put out Krssantan. That's going to be coming. But again, you want to bookmark 6scalecantina.com. That's the banner we're talking about. As we go to the breaking news, look here, Fabio. There it is, Cad Bane and Boba Fett, just from yesterday. Cad Bane teased the week before. Right here, the Bad Batch teased not too long ago. And, of course, the next wave of thrills. I feel like with this whole analogy here, Fabio, right now, before we get into what's next for Book of Boba Fett, they're showing you, hey, your legacy, your OT, your OG characters are coming from the Attack of the Clones. Oh, your Bad Batch is coming too. You're going to get all your clones. Oh, and by the way, all your new stuff that you think we're going to stop making Book of Boba Fett, that's still coming. They're kind of sending out a message here to kind of silence a lot of naysayers, aren't they?
And, one thing, going back to the Black Krssantan, conversation real quick, just because the show's over doesn't mean that we're done with the line. Absolutely not. You have to remember that the character that's still living after the show ended, you're going to see them again. One way or another, you're going to see them again. So that's why they're still coming. There's no, just because the show is over, it doesn't mean that that's it, that they're not making anything from the show anymore. They're 100% coming because they're not done with the show. Look at this. The show's been over. How come we're getting Cad Bane and Boba Fett now? Because there's still more figures coming from that line.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, a lot of people were like, holy crap, Aries, I can't believe you called Boba, because Boba seemed like there's no way they're going to do that because you got him on the throne.
Right.
I'm going to be honest with you, Fabio. If they're going to come out with Boba Fett, they are most certainly going to be coming out with Cobb Vanth, which they teased twice, which really is all reuses of molds and cloth anyway, except for the Timothy Oliphant head sculpt, which they now know because Disney Plus basically said, hey, he's in a Bacta tank in an extra credit scene. He's going to be back in the series. So if they invest in that mold for Timothy Oliphant, Fabio, they'll use it more than once. They figure, you know what? Invest it.
Well, remember that when the Mandalorian got his armor got Boba's armor from Cobb Vanth, it was the double pack armor. It was that beat up armor, that faded, that old armor that he took back. So it's going to be the same double pack armor that we're getting with Cobb Vanth. So they're reusing that mold again.
Let's go with the banner here. As you can see here at 6scalecantina.com. Oh, baby, we're talking about Cad Bane. We're talking about Boba Fett. Both Fabio and I are getting them. Fabio's getting 2 Cad Banes. How many of you are getting 2 Cad Banes? I'm getting 1. I'm getting 1 Boba Fett. We're talking about Black Krssantan on the complete right side of the screen. More coming. I give it 100% chance that we are getting Krssantan from this series. He had some amazing moments.
Absolutely.
And I think that's going to be an epic figure too. If you had to put a timing on it, Fabio, and not to kind of nail us down to a timing, I certainly think we're going to get Krssantan before the end of the year. But I actually believe that Cobb, Vanth, and Krssantan, there's a possibility we could get both of those at the same time like they did here. You could actually get Cobb, Vanth, and Krssantan at the same time like they just did here.
That would make sense because, you know, one thing that I would do as the owner of Hot Toys would be to give everybody the figures from the entire line right away. So, for example, the Book of Boba's out. Let's make the figures for Book of Boba. Not give you any Marvel, not give you any DC, not give you any one-offs, just give you the entire line back to back to back. Once those figures are done, then go on to the next project. I think what happens is they have so much going on that they drag the releases of figures, and that's what turns people off. You know, that you got to wait, for example, another year and a half to get these figures, when the show's been done for how long now? So that's when people get turned off. So me as the owner of Hot Toys, I would give everybody back-to-back figures of, if they're doing doubles and triple releases a day, in one day, it's possible.
Yeah.
Also, I would do that. Boom, boom, boom. Give them all the entire line done. On to the next one. I feel like because they did that with Boba and Cad Bane, it makes perfect sense to do it with Black Krssantan and Cobb Vanth. 100%.
All right. So if you were going to make a guess here, and everybody, you're watching the Market Chart Show live, we've got 110 in here watching. Go ahead and smash that like button right now. Let's get it to 100 likes and beyond. We're talking about Cad Bane. We're talking about Boba Fett. And now we're talking about other figures that will, make no mistake, we are not done with the Book of Boba Fett. Howard Chan will be coming out with more announcements from the Book of Boba Fett. Yes or no? Black Krssantan coming from the Book of Boba Fett, Fabio?
Absolutely. And I say within the next few months, definitely by the end, definitely this year. But I feel like within the next couple months, because I don't think it's smart to keep dragging figures from a show that's already been done. So I feel like they're gonna want to keep it within a short period of time to get those release, at least those announcements out. So once those are done, all right, again, on to the next one. So I think it's definitely coming soon.
I agree. Fabio and I are in agreement. Black Krssantan, 100%. Let me know in the chat if you agree that Krssantan is coming from the Book of Boba Fett. Let's go to the next one. Cobb Vanth from the Book of Boba Fett. Single songwriter put a chat about here earlier, going over some of the things you and I were talking about mixing movies together. Yes or no, Cobb Vanth from the Book of Boba Fett?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And I think what they're going to do with single songwriter, I'm not going to look for the chat in there, is I think they're going to do the same thing as I've been talking about. You'll get a Cobb Vanth with the suit from the Mandalorian season season 2. And then you'll have the other clothing that he had on as also seen in the Book of Boba Fett, where he doesn't have the Boba Fett armor. I think you get a release like that. I think somehow they do that. Whether it's the armor with Velcro, it looks like he has the same clothing on anyway that he had underneath the damn
exactly
thing.
Right. He's got that red long sleeve shirt,
right?
Which I think is exactly what you said. I think it's going to be, you're going to be able to remove the armor, put it back on, head sculpt, and helmet. So it's up to you if you want to display him without the armor, with the armor. 100%. I'm with you with that.
So both Fabio and I are in agreement. We say 100% Cobb Vanth coming from the Book of Boba Fett, 100% Krssantan coming from the Book of Boba Fett. Let us know in the chat if you agree. If you disagree, let's go ahead and go to another figure here from the Book of Boba Fett. I think with those two.
If you disagree, please get out. No, I'm kidding.
All right, here's a tricky one. We're already getting, because they teased it, the Paz Vizsla the heavy infantry Mandalorian from the Book of Boba Fett as well. That's not up on pre-order yet. But let's even though that they teased that, let's go through the motion here. Yes or no, we get the heavy infantry Mandalorian 2.0 from Book of Boba Fett that they teased. Yes or no?
Absolutely, 100%.
100%.
Of course, you have to get that shield, and that's the selling point for that figure is that shield.
That's 3 more right there all of a sudden. Now here's the real tricky one. A lot of people calling for the armor with the shinier helmet on the same episode as the heavy infantry Mandalorian. Interesting there. What do you think?
Coming.
Yeah, I say coming too.
Because, she's a big deal character. She's very important to the series. And her involvement in the whole story. And again, they show you a variant, it's coming. It's just an excuse for them to make more money. And if it's on the show, they're going to use it up to make that money. So a new helmet, the armor, a new helmet, maybe a dark saber, something, 100%.
Yep, I'm 100% too. So we actually agree as well. The armor with the shinier helmet coming, the extra accessory, probably the dark saber. We say yes. Paz Vizsla, the heavy infantry Mandalorian, yes. Krssantan, we are, saying yes. Wow. I mean, that's quite a lot. Cobb Vanth, we are saying less. Yes. Let us know what you think in this in the chats below. And P Rockzilla says, Fabs, yes, and hopefully a better body. Ralph Lauren has another one here. He thinks more Jawas, please. Well, I don't know if it's from the Book of Boba Fett. It could be, but I can tell you right now, they're in every series. We're probably going to get more Jawas. The supposed Jawa in Gontroid that should be in the bargain bin is now selling for well over $300 and is soon going to approach the 350 tier range, eventually get to 400. Dude, we will eventually get a Jawa 2-pack so they can kind of copy what Sideshow did.
Jawa will always come no matter what. Like you said, they're everywhere. So they'll always make them. Also, the Tusken Raiders, that clan that Boba Fett was with, they're coming, 100% coming. That they're not gonna miss out on the opportunity to give us a completely different style of Tusken Raider using Boba Fett's robes. They use the robes. They use different. I'm telling you, it's coming.
120 in here. Did we get to 100 likes yet, baby? Let's smash that like button right now. Look at this from the song. Look, before I even read this from the single songwriter, Fabio, I got to ask you, is this what they call single songwriter?
They call him the Wizard.
I mean, this guy, he comes up with some great stuff. Love you there, songwriter. This is an interesting point because they did a callback, Fabio, if you remember, to the Empire Strikes Back when Luke was on Dagobah.
I saw
and had Yoda. And he says here, Luke dressed in all black, Book of Boba, with Grogu on his back. It would seem impossible. Oh, why? You got that other one up and this and that. Again, total reuse of every damn mold that they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then they could have him on his back to do a throwback.
Yeah, but remember that we're getting that Luke. We're getting that Mandalorian Luke. So of course.
So I actually believe so. So okay, I would actually say yes to this. That it's maybe not as strong as the other ones that we mentioned, but I have to put this as a yes. The way he puts that in, the way the song, yeah. I mean, because that Grogu on his back is a pretty epic scene.
Very, very, very meaningful scene. Yep.
Wow. And who is sitting at table 2? Let me go ahead and fill you up, baby.
This is the way.
And look who I just came up with on the screen. This is another one where everyone's like, look, this is a hard one. Let me play this again.
This is the way.
Not a chance, Aries. And I didn't say if this was coming or not. But not a chance, Aries, we get another Mando. No freaking way. You got him coming. But you know what? This dude was in the Book of Boba Fett.
This is the way.
I'm just saying. Let me ask you this, Fabio. Could there be a con exclusive where they do a very limited one of these Mandos and say it's Book of Boba Fett? They make a couple thousand. They would sell that. I don't know. I'm iffy on this. I don't think so. I actually don't think so with this one. But honestly, it would have to be, to me, it'd have to be an exclusive, because they're going to come out with a Mandalorian from the freaking season 3 coming up here shortly. So I don't know. I mean, with this guy, let me play it again.
This is the way.
Could we get it? Something.
Well, like you said, season 3 is coming. We're going to get another Mandalorian, 100%. The thing is, what are we getting for the Mandalorian? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we've gotten the original. We've gotten 2. We're going to get, we got the Beskar. We're getting the Chrome. What else can we possibly get? You know what I mean? So whatever happens in season 3, that's what we're getting.
Community Arcade goes Frog Lady. I'm still going to hold true to Frog Lady there, Community Arcade. I do think eventually we may actually see that. I don't think we've gotten all the figures from the Mandalorian season 2 yet. I think we're going to get the Frog Lady. I think we're going to get Grief Karga. There's no way we don't get Carl Weathers.
Correct.
And like Fabio was just saying, we are going to get Cobb Vanth. And I agree with Songwriter. It'll probably be a combination of Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett all together. So right off the bat there, you're getting more Mandalorian figures. We didn't even get to season 3.
Just know that if we get Frog Lady, we're getting Jar Jar Binks as well.
Let's go to it. So we're talking about this banner here. We're talking about Cad Bane. We're talking about the Boba Fett epic announcements from Hot Toys for Star Wars here just yesterday. Wow. You're getting the Dark Jedi's take, my initial live reaction here with Fabio. Make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. Let's talk about Jar Jar, because now that we finally got the cat out of the bag, now we finally got an alien creature, and a pretty epic one. And if you notice how they're doing that, you could look at Jar Jar right there. You could do the same thing you could either get a whole head sculpt. You could take the top part of his head, have it snap off, snap on. There's so many different ways you could do this, to have the eyes, nostrils going a different way, having the head go on there. Dude, when you talk about aliens, Krssantan's easy because we already had Chewbacca.
Right.
And I think that they're already working on another Chewbacca.
Yep.
So it makes sense to just do the Krssantan, because that's the other thing that we should put together. If they really are going to do Black Krssantan, which Fabio and I really believe that they're going to do, they're probably going to get another Chewbacca, whether it's Chewbacca from the Solo series,
right,
or to go with a Han Solo that's coming out, or perhaps we're coming out with all these Endor figures, and
right,
you do have the Return of the Jedi, 40th anniversary next year. I think Chewbacca's coming, so you might as well just make Krssantan. We're going to get aliens. Jar Jar Binks, dude. They may be like, look, Cad Bane is selling. I mean, that's like the ultimate. If you think a damn porcelain stormtrooper, it sells, that figure would be number one. It would be number one, Fabio.
Yeah, no, 100%. People have been looking for aliens. That's why Cad Bane. That's one of the reasons why Cad Bane is such a big deal. But like you said, once they started getting into aliens, forget it, because Kit Fisto's coming, Jar Jar Binks, Frog Lady. It just goes on, and there's a lot. What's his name? Was it what's his name?
Plo Koon.
Plo Koon. All these aliens that are an option now. And Hot Toys is not going to miss out on that opportunity to give us any of that, because there's a lot of money in it for them. So absolutely.
No, and when we go back to this Cad Bane that I'm pulling up onto the screen, let's talk about Kit Fisto, which I can go ahead and pull up, because now, can you see them doing a similar thing? Even though obviously he has a whole head sculpt, but I mean, I feel like with these eyes, like even the eyes that they're showing here with Cad Bane, he's got pretty big protruding eyes. They're kind of wide. I'm trying to get to that one shot here, and they have these there we go there. I mean, I don't know. They don't have like that mask where he has the apparatus attached to his cheeks there, with the tubes, dude, that go into the back, but got to pull up that Kit Fisto. But I think when you look at figures like Plo Koon, like you just said, like Kit Fisto, like Jar Jar Binks, this opens the door to get the, especially if Hot Toys is seeing, hey, people will buy these.
Yep.
I think it goes a long way.
Yeah, and you know, another, you know, that's why I said it's not the only thing that makes Cad Bane popular. You know, another thing, he's a villain, you know, so that's something that is very attractive to people. He's a bounty hunter that's very attractive. You know what I mean? So all that stuff it adds to the character and adds to the popularity and the want of people for this character.
You know, I want people to understand in here, and I want your take on it. I don't necessarily, this is not necessarily easier to make than a head sculpt, even though it takes 12 days to go ahead and manufacture from beginning to end one head sculpt, you know, to all that things that they've got to do, like to paint it, get it ready, to get it completed. It's arduous. It takes a lot of time. It's painstaking. It's artistry. It's Hot Toys. There's a lot of detail in these as well. I think where they also save on going with aliens is they don't have a particular actor or actress that necessarily needs to side off. They just need Disney to say, okay, yeah, that's Kit Fisto. Correct. Oh yeah, that's Plo Koon, right?
Correct. And that helps them out a lot. They don't need an actor to do anything. It's just what it is, you know. So that makes it easier. I believe that makes it easier on their part to be able to do something like that because they don't need an actual person to agree to do anything, you know. So
yeah, and they've already come out with Wookiees, so we already talked about Krssantan. But let's go ahead and think outside the box with some of these other aliens. I'm going to throw some out at you and see what you think timing-wise where we could get any of these. I'm going to just throw a bunch out. Kit Fisto, Plo Koon, Bosk. Characters like that. Let's go with Bosk. Let's go with Kit Fisto. Let's go with Plo Koon. Let's go with Admiral Akbar. Let's go ahead and go with something like a Max Rebo, which was also in the Book of Boba Fett. That is not dead, by the way, because he didn't blow up when that blew up in there. This opens the door. This figure goes to number 1. This figure stays at number 1. They're making a ton of money off this. Why the hell not would they come? I mean, you try and get that Sideshow Bosk right now, Fabio.
Right.
Forget about it. It's so damn expensive.
Yep. Either version, because remember, they made 2 versions of it. Either version is super expensive to you know, you can't get near it. But a Bosk is another one that's coming. As long as he appears on a show or on a movie, he's definitely coming. They're just, I feel like they're waiting for the opportunity because remember, his race was in the Book of Boba. So he's got to come at some point as well.
Yeah, here's another good one over here that somebody brings up. Jack Jones says Newt Gunray. Oh, you can't rule it out because Newt Gunray was that viceroy in the prequels, and I think was in all 3 of the prequels, to be honest with you, Fabio. So I could certainly see that. Single Songwriter says 6-scale Cantina. Do you think the Debbie Downers will complain if Cad Bane only has single joints to keep the cost low?
Well, it looks like it's single joints already because the body's very, very thin.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's going to be a double jointed, you know, body being that thin and that tall. So I feel like it's already a single joint body.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with this one, like Fabio said, I almost feel like Songwriter, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Does that make sense? I mean, really, that with this one. Yeah, especially how long it is. So honestly, I know it sounds weird, Songwriter, but I agree. I kind of feel like it don't matter with this one. I know that that's a gray area, but I really do. That's kind of my. But Hector V says, Cad Babe has double. I agree, it's a babe, man. Cad's a babe. This figure's a babe, Hector. Cad Bane has double joints according to that pick on the right there. Well, then there you go. That's okay. Another extra mile.
So there you go.
That's an extra mile, Fabio. I mean, that's another good point. So we keep trying to find a way to fault Hot Toys here with something.
Yeah, people will always look for something for a reason to complain. That's why Single Songwriter said Debbie Downers, which is 100% right. You know, people always look to be negative about things just in general, you know, just in life. But I have no complaints about this figure. Like I said, I was single joint, double joint, triple joint. I'm getting it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
100 in here. Did you smash the like button yet? You are watching the market show live with Aries and Fabio. And listen, baby, have you subscribed to FabsFigures right here? Look at this guy. Look at my figure. I know you want to look at Cad Bane, but Fabio may be a little bit more badass than Cad Bane. And is it possible that Fabio has a more badass collection than Cad Bane?
Well, he has a collection of dead bodies. I have figures.
You know, I do have the link to Fabio FabsFigures in the video description below. You should all pause for a minute, click on and subscribe to this guy if you want to see a maze, and I mean a maze, and you want to go through a tour, and I mean a tour, and see all these figures. I think close to 1,000 now. You absolutely have to check out FabsFigures. Make sure you subscribe to my good friend over here.
Yes,
and listen, did you hit the like button yet? Let's get to 100 likes. Let's get there right now. I don't even know what we have. Let's do it, baby. Yeah, double joints. Wow. I mean, it's Gonzalo. Good to have you in here, Gonzalo, says Fabio. This figure is a straight 10-10, but I need to customize him a toothpick. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's a great 10-10. I honestly think you're going to get the toothpick and the hat from the Clone Wars. There's no way this is what it done. No way.
I was gonna say, don't be surprised if Hot Toys just decides to add the toothpick in the box last minute.
Ooh, that's a darn good point. What do you guys think of the chat about what Fabio just said? Is it possible that the toothpick gets added? We should come up with we should sign a petition. We should say, Hot Toys, we give this a 10-10, but we need a toothpick.
Well, the reason why I'm saying that is because if you notice, Inart is apparently delaying their Gandalf to give it the appropriate staff with it. So I guess you're getting two staffs with the figure now. But it came from, the community letting them know. Listen, you got the wrong staff. It's supposed to be another one, and then now all of a sudden they're giving us two. So I think if people make enough noise, maybe Hot Toys just says, you know what? Because at the end of the toothpick is a toothpick. It's not like it's going to cost them, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So that's what I'm saying. There's a possibility that it may just show up in the box.
So listen, this is a very, very good point. That songwriter, again, let me know what table you're at. I'll fill you up. But is this what they call the single songwriter?
They call him the Wizard.
You got our thoughts on what's coming out with the Book of Boba Fett. We really think you're going to get an armor. We really think you're going to get Paz Vizsla. We really think you're going to get Cobb Vanth. That you're going to get Krssantan. God, I'm not even going to be able to remember all these. That you're going to get the armor. I'm sure I'm missing one in here. It's not over by a long shot. And I think it's great that they put these two out when they put them out here, because that way we're not so shocked when we get the other two. And I agree, you're right, Fabio. I think we get the other two within a month and a half, or another few. However, here's something I want to put up from Single Songwriter. If I could find this again. And we need to talk about this because this is very, very important. He says here, Fabio, I have a Jedi feeling Hot Toys is going to drop in caps some announcements after the Kenobi series finale happens tonight, East Coast time. So, Fabio, let me ask you, is it possible that they wanted to make sure that they got these two out on Sunday night, Monday morning, because they plan on doing exactly what Songwriter is saying here? And even if it's not tonight, where I think he could be on to something, certainly next Sunday night for sure. What's your take on this?
I think, if anything, I don't think tonight as well. I think probably next on Sunday to Monday again, just to keep that, keep us guessing of what's coming. I right now, as in, after the show, it's too soon, so I don't think so. But something's coming very soon.
Yeah. I kind of feel both ways with his songwriter. I kind of think, like I said to Fabio, I think that's why I mentioned Monday. I almost feel there, but I also kind of feel you as well. I would not be shocked if we actually get something tonight to go along with this Obi-Wan series. So it's going to be very, very interesting indeed.
Is
But
it it's tonight? When's the last episode? Isn't it
tonight, tomorrow morning.
Also, wait a minute. So so absolutely. So he may be onto something because I forgot that it was the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so maybe right after the show is over, they'll announce Obi, they'll announce Darth, they'll announce whoever's meant to be, first in line from that show. So that makes sense. So I'm gonna say hopefully tonight.
And that is absolutely crazy. I feel like we're about to just get the month of June. I feel like is just getting started, and it's June 21st because the Obi-Wan series finale is tonight. We just got not one, two figures of the Book of Boba Fett out just yesterday, whatever the heck it was here now. Wow. I could tell you one thing, Fabio and Songwriter and everybody in the chat. No matter if we get it tonight, if we wind up getting it Thursday night, if we wind up getting it Sunday night, I think that whatever we get, it's only going to be the beginning of the show. We just listed off how many figures for the Book of Boba Fett that are most likely 100% coming. So I would think at the very least, with this one being the biggest ratings they ever got, whether it's Book of Boba Fett or The Mandalorian so far, and who the hell knows, Fabio, what in the world we're going to see tonight? Are we going to see Liam Neeson? Are we going to see Ian McDermott, the Emperor? Are we going to see some type of cameo of Alec Guinness? Are we going to, who the hell knows what we're going to see? Are we going to see a flashback of Padme? Who knows? But I actually think you wind up getting more figures from this Obi-Wan series potentially because it actually did better than Book of Boba Fett.
Yes, I think
plus troopers.
I think that too. I think you're going to get a lot of new figures from the show as well. And like we talked about before, different takes on Anakin, on Obi-Wan, Darth.
Yeah, and look what Mark Attack says here. Grand Inquisitor 100.
Yep.
And if you didn't see this past week's episode, you'll know why. 100.
Yep.
Grand Inquisitor. You're definitely getting Reva. You're definitely getting the fifth brother.
Yep.
You're definitely getting the Purge Trooper. Look, I've been telling you we're getting the Purge Trooper all along. Which means what else? If you're getting the Purge Trooper, what does that mean, Mark Attack? You're getting the Airborne Trooper from the 212. That's going to come. So another one of the figures from the crypt, that's coming. Yep. So right there, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 figures, Fabio. Not including Obi-Wan, that's 5. Right. Not including Darth Vader, that's 6. Just there. That's still not enough as Book of Boba Fett. Who knows what they're going to do with Leia, what they're going to do with Bail Organa, what they're going to do with the little Luke kid. How many versions of Darth Vader and Obi-Wan you get, because we didn't get to the last battle yet, dude. We didn't.
Right. Yeah.
And we're getting an OT Trooper because they're showing them clean guys. Oh, come on.
Correct. Yep. They're definitely getting more clean stormtroopers. And I'm telling you, that Padawan Anakin from that young scene when they showed him with the ponytail, that's 100% coming. And like I said before, and well, you said it too. That's how they're going to blend in Attack of the Clones with this one. They're going to make those figures from, I believe, both, because they're going to be kind of similar, but we'll see. But they're definitely coming.
Yeah, no, it's going to be really, really interesting to see everybody who's watching the chat exactly what transpires here with the Obi-Wan series, what we can get, who's going to show up. How many versions of Obi-Wan do you think we're going to get? I mean, because we've talked about this.
I'm going to say 2.
Yeah, I think that's safe. Do you think there's any chance we only get 1? Because I don't.
No, I don't think so. Definitely not 1.
I see the one version here of Boba Fett for the reasons we talked about earlier. I think the version of Boba Fett that, just got announced, which we're seeing here, which we're seeing, right above the two best car Mandalorians, right below Ahsoka at this point, on the bottom left of the screen. I think that that's the only Boba Fett you're getting with the series, but I did say you were going to get one. But I think with Obi-Wan, we get two. All right, so that's two right there with Obi-Wan. How many Darth Vader from here?
Oh, same thing. At least two. At least two. Because we're getting, like I said, we're getting Anakin. We're definitely getting a young Anakin, 100%. And then we're getting Darth Vader, probably a couple different versions of Darth Vader, but definitely also Anakin.
Yeah. You know what's interesting, bro? I'm trying to see if I have it up over here because I didn't get a chance to talk to you about this, and I don't even know if I still have it up on the screen. But I know that you and I texted each other, but we were never able to do a show about it. We got Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan and Attack of the Clones Anakin in the last Obi-Wan show. And you have been calling Attack of the Clones packaging.
Yep.
Obi-Wan and Anakin. So you have to wonder. Here it is. Here's a picture for you, Fabio, to put this up on here. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So let me ask you this. Could they actually, just like they just did with this Cad Bane with the Toto droid, could they actually put this out in the Attack of the Clones packaging and then give you, the head sculpts, they had like that CGI version a little bit or a little bit older. Could they say add head sculpts and say, and also as seen in the Obi-Wan series during, I mean, they could.
They could. Yeah, they could. But the thing is, the reason why, to me, that's too much is because you'll be getting two different head sculpts, two different premium head sculpts for one figure. When they would rather give you one head sculpt per figure to make that money twice. So, but then again, they've been doing that with for example, the clones. So Cody, Rex. They give you a helmet and they give you, the head sculpt. So it's up to you to decide. Do I want to buy two figures to use both head sculpts or just buy one and display how you want? That's always a possibility too.
So if you had to make a call right now, Fabio, what do you think right here? Are we going to get this from Attack of the Clones like you called, or now that it was in the Obi-Wan series, do we get it there?
I think we're getting both, believe it or not. I think we're getting Attack of the Clones and we're getting Obi-Wan. Absolutely.
Wow, that is absolutely insane. I mean, I don't think that they could come out of this series. If they, I don't see how it's even possible. You see everything we're getting from the Book of Boba Fett, because that was epic last week, flashing back 3 or 4 times. Seeing Obi-Wan Kenobi, going ahead and sparring, if you will, teaching his young Padawan, Anakin Skywalker, they're practicing the lightsaber on that balcony, whatever you want to call that, during the Attack of the Clones period. I don't think there's a chance in hell that Hot Toys doesn't capitalize on that.
They have to.
They have to.
They have to, because it'll be, not only will they miss out on a lot of money, but, it's disappointing for us, the fans, not only of the movies, but also Hot Toys. A lot of Hot Toys collectors love Hot Toys, period. And if you're really a real, true Hot Collectors fan, there's really not much you're not going to buy from Hot Toys when they announce or release something, So it'll be a disservice to us, the community, if they don't, do that.
Boy, it's and here's the thing. I'm going back to 6scalecantina.com. Don't forget to bookmark 6scalecantina.com. It gives you all the latest news on all the things going on in the secondary market for Star Wars Hot Toys. It also has the market value chart under construction for Marvel Hot Toys. Soon to have all the Hot Toys secondary market value on there. But it also gives you all the latest information on 6-Scale Cantina. Again, if this is the first time you're watching my channel, don't forget to subscribe to me as well. So subscribe to Fabio, as I mentioned before. He's in the video description, but subscribe to this channel as well. And don't forget to bookmark here this for sure. Look, Fabio, let's actually scroll down to the section underneath the biggest movers section. Star Wars 1/6/2023 pre-orders. We're going to go ahead and end it like this because I do have to go here in a few minutes. Now 14. Just 14 for Star Wars. I'm not surprised they got 2 more out of the way compared to the 35 we have for Marvel in 2023. Again, that doesn't include separating deluxes and non-deluxe, and it doesn't include quarter scale. This is just 6 scale. There's a lot more to go. So when you think about the next wave of thrills, when you think about the Obi-Wan series, the Book of Boba Fett, the Mandalorian, a couple of OT figures, I think right there alone is where you're going to fill up 2023. Don't you agree?
100%. We're getting so much Star Wars coming. We're sitting here speculating things that we think, but in reality, now that Hot Toys is where they're at, with making and announcing and doing what they're doing, I don't think that there's a character that they're not looking to make at this point. I feel like anything's game at this point. Any character that has any type of meaning. Not only that, but characters that could be reused in the future that will appear in other shows, whether it's The Mandalorian, whether it's Andor, whether it's whatever it is, they're coming. They're coming and they're coming.
Is this what they call Fabio?
They call him the Wizard.
And who is sitting at table 2, not only with this guy,
This is the way.
but with this guy right here?
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another.
Damn, we are getting a whole lot, dude. We are getting a whole lot. And honestly, as I scroll up here, 6scalecantina.com, I have a whole lot going on. I'm going to be having another show in a day or two to talk about some crazy news in the secondary market. Is it possible that another Hot Toys previous release has breached the $1,000 tier range? Is it also possible that other figures are breaching those type of tier ranges? Are there also a couple of other bargains going on right now where you could get some potential grails at a couple of cheap prices for the moment? You're not going to want to miss my next episode of the Market Chart Show or Live and Raw, depending on what I call it. There's a whole lot going on right here. Make sure you go to 6scalecantina.com to see the biggest movers. There's a ton going on. Fabio, we haven't gotten the second wave of thrills yet, baby.
It's coming. Oh, it's coming. They wouldn't have told us that if it wasn't coming. It's coming.
Mace is in it. Padme's in it. Kit Fisto's in it. Do you agree?
100%.
And you still feel it's going to be Obi-Wan and Anakin is the other two?
Absolutely.
I am 100% in line with you there. Bad Batch. Again, they wanted to get this out because the conversation was going to be, yeah, they're doing all this. Oh, they're giving us Book of Boba Fett, but they're not going to give us the Bad Batch. They're sending us a message here. Everything that they're coming out with, look, here's your OT. Here's your prequels. Here's your Bad Batch. Here's your Book of Boba. We haven't even gotten into the Obi-Wan series yet.
Right. Exactly.
So it's absolutely coming.
Yeah.
For those that are watching this here, I put out a show on Sunday, and you could see it up here on your screen. It's right there next to Fabio. You can see it on there on 6scalecantina.com. Choose the red pill and get shelter from the storm. Now, this is only a very old school Market Chart show, just 30 minutes long. They used to be just between 30 minutes and an hour pre-recorded. And I really go in there and give you some collecting advice as to, is this really a storm or a collector's paradise? It's all about your mental outlook. If you haven't checked that out yet, you probably want to go ahead and check that out. And if you like that, you may want to consider becoming a Cantina Insider as well, because I'll scroll down a little bit, and where you see it says Cantina Insider next to that, you'll see that my latest Insider show says Storm Talk is real FOMO. And that is actually expanded analysis and heightened thoughts on the show I was just talking about. You may want to, consider becoming a Cantina Insider. Just click on that little join button on here. If you like everything that it comes with, you may want to consider doing it. But Fabio, man, I want to go ahead and get your final thoughts on Cad Bane, on Boba Fett, and those two figures, and your final impressions on what you're seeing there from Hot Toys.
Epic figures, my opinion. Boba Fett, beautiful. The colors, beautiful. The armor, beautiful. The little changes, the subtle changes that they made compared to the Throne one, beautiful. Cad Bane, out of left field with the amount of faceplates that we got. This is Hot Toys for you, and I'm very happy that they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And William Burgess says Mace Windu. Single Songwriter says San Diego Comic-Con in July will show us Attack of the Clones 20th once more. I think that's possible. Thick Bantha Boy says thrills and spills on the way. JB Collection in the house saying hi to you too. Oh, look who's in here. We didn't do this yet today, Fabio. Let me go first.
Go ahead.
Woo!
My turn.
Woo! Good to have the big dog pound in the house. Board Cube 1 of 2 says thanks for the show. We have a whole lot to go over, dude. We've been a little bit we've been scarce on Monday, Fabio, but I think you and I agreed that starting this Monday we will be back at 8:30 p.m. with this show every week starting this Monday, right?
Absolutely. Back on track for you guys. So no more slacking for you guys.
No more slacking. We will be back. Probably going to have a paddle show this weekend. You could bet that Fabio will be on that paddle as well. More coming on there. Are you going to get me with one of my single shows as well? Absolutely. Stay tuned for that. And listen, I got to go ahead and play this because Fabio and I are going to be doing a double unboxing for Cantina Insiders. He's going to do Anakin with the Stap. He's waiting for me.
Yep.
I'm going to do an older release that I'm waiting to open, Chirrut Imwe Deluxe. And we're both going to go ahead and do the double unboxing together. He has it right behind him there. Go ahead, Fabio. Go ahead and grab that. If you could grab it, go ahead. Let's show it on here. What you got? Yeah. And I got my Chirrut Imwe Deluxe. Look at that. The Stap set.
Sealed still. Haven't opened it yet.
Look for that. Another Cantina Insider coming out video. You know what? So people, I'm going to play this 20-second clip, Fabio. Again, if you want to become an insider, you can check out my Grogu quarter scale, and here's a little sneak peek of what you would see on my Boba Fett 2-pack unboxing that I just put out. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, man. I display all my boxes. Wait till you see my collection tour. Is it possible that you will spill your coffee? And I say yes. I make it seem so dramatic. Dude, this is a lot of fun. I'm glad we were able to come in here and talk about Cobb, Vanth, Cad Bane. Final call for you before I end the show. Are we going to get something either tonight or tomorrow night with the last episode of the Obi-Wan show? Or are they going to wait till Monday, Sunday night, Monday? What say you?
So now that if the show's ending tonight, I feel like they're not gonna wait. I feel like they know that we've been expecting or wondering what is coming specifically from the Obi-Wan show. So I think, I mean, it would be smart in their part to give us something, but with Hot Toys, you never know. But I'm going to say yes.
I could tell you one thing. We're going to get something either tonight, tomorrow, or Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
That is for darn sure. For Fabio at FabsFigures, make sure you subscribe to the man. I've got the link within the video description. Look, let's get him to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go ahead and do that today. Did we smash the like button in here? Look, we're signing off, but I still have 90. We've been pushing all the way up over 120 in this episode. Thank you so much for your support.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and smash the like button right now. Don't leave until you hit that like button. And make sure you also subscribe to 6 Scale Cantina. I so very much appreciate your support. Again, if you're looking for shelter from the storm, or if you're looking for the storm to go away, just watch my latest pre-recorded video. It's only 30 minutes. You get the link at 6scalecantina.com. You're going to get Fabio and I at the very latest. We're going to be on Monday at 8:30, starting this Monday again. For Fabio, I'm the Dark Jedi, and I will tell you that I don't always buy coffee out. But when I do, I buy it from 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.